How did your dad, like I said, I was kind of asking more about your dad's point of view. If you actually, as seeing everything and back home, I would imagine the YouTube videos and everything, like, how does he feel about it? Is he like a little, how would I say, concerned or a little bit concerned at all, cautious, or how does his sentiments towards you?
He's really supportive, but also he's like my toughest coach, I guess. So like every time I talk to him, he gives me pointers on what to do and stuff like that. So like every time we talk now, it's like there's always boxing involved. So yeah.
So he actually wants you to be good at this if you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of
yeah, I mean, like at first he said, you don't really need to box. Like, he didn't want me to do it, but like now I'm already into it, and like so,
he wants you to succeed. Yeah, that's cool.
You know how your dad and Mayweather had like such the biggest rivalry ever. Do you ever think in your mind like maybe I could fight his son, or even Eric Morales, your dad's old rival? His son's his son's training. They're like your age.
Oh, really?
Does that ever cross your mind, or just slowly?
I think because like I heard like a lot of like fighters' sons are also into it now. So like I don't know, maybe in the future, it might happen. But
it has to be in the cards, because obviously I think the fans it'd still be big, because you guys, who your fathers are, it'd be pretty big. So you would entertain something like that, exhibition to some extent like that,
like an exhibition,
like or something, just an amateur fight, something against Floyd's son or Morales' son. You would entertain that, like you would be open to that.
Well, I guess like it depends. I mean, I was hoping more like we see each other like going up. That would be better.
A real fight.
Yeah, like a real fight.
Oh, so you would want a real fight, not a
real fight. Yeah,
he wants a real fight.
You wouldn't really know who's actually the better fighter then, right?
Yeah.
You really are. Cool.
That'd be cool, because usually the children of boxers a lot of times are not as successful as their parents for the most part. Do you think, is that something that you and maybe the other boxing sons could change going into the game?
Well, I think that depends. Like, we shouldn't try to be, like another person. So like, I know they're gonna compare, like, oh, your dad was already like this at this age or something like that. But yeah, I think everyone should just try to be the best version of themselves.
You know what you do beat your dad in? When your dad was your age, he wasn't on YouTube like getting all the views that you get. You're like that
exposure.
How does that feel?
I actually talked to him about that, because my first fight I was nervous to so many people, but then when he first fought, there was barely anybody, because he was just trying to fight for money back home, and he kind of talked about that too a little bit.
That's kind of the other side of the spectrum here. Some people say, like, oh, Jim Well has everything, why would he want to box? Your father didn't have anything, he had to box, like you're saying, to provide money for the family, put food on the table. That perspective, how do you take it in? I'm sure you see it and you're aware of how people say you shouldn't have to be boxing, but obviously it's something that you want to challenge yourself to succeed in,
Yeah, I do hear that a lot, like, it's like, oh, your dad already went through it, but you gotta, but like, all I say is just like, I just have a passion for it, and like, I don't have to look at it the same way you did, like, I look at boxing as like science, it's a beautiful, beautiful sport, and like, but if you want to be in it, you gotta be 100% committed, you can't be playing around with it, you gotta be really, really serious. I've been here for almost a year now, and I'm really, really 100% serious.
You were in the gym with Canelo heading into your amateur debut here in California. I don't know if you got a chance to see Oscar Valdez work, but he's got a fight coming up next Saturday against Shakur Stevenson. Stylistically, how do you think they match up?
I think that fight, if Shakur can outbox him, move around, but obviously Oscar has more power, so he still has that puncher's chance. So it's gonna be a tough one,
Yeah, how good is Shakur? Some people might want to compare him, like as far as to Mayweather. There seems to be some kind of dynamic there to compare him to Mayweather. Any comparison at all, just from outside looking in, or at all, or just from watching?
I don't think there's any other fighter that's gonna be like Floyd. Floyd was something else. He was different. Best defensive fighter in my opinion. And Shakur is really good though. Like, he's really sharp. He has that jab, something else, Yeah, he's really good. He rarely gets hit. Good feet. So you've traveled a couple gyms. Like you said, Canelo, you always at the Walker, but
have you gone to the Mayweather gym? Because I'm sure if he sees you training, he might give you some pointers too.
Pointers?
Imagine
No,
that.
actually, I haven't been to that gym yet, but you know, if I get the chance, I would love to visit that gym.
Have you seen when he's in the ring showing
Like other fighters? Yeah.
Like he's kind
I
of
think he
trying
coached
to teach
Haney
them.
and Tank and those guys.
Yeah, showed him a few
And
things.
maybe you're next.
Next, we'll see. We'll see.
He's got a fight coming up too, Floyd, May 14th.
Oh yeah, I heard about
what do you
that.
think?
The exhibition.
Yeah,
Is it in Dubai?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, you know, he's always going to be a moneymaker, so.
You got to take those opportunities. And that same day is the undisputed title fight between Jamal Charlo and Brian Castano. If you saw the first one, the rematch, who do you think is going to make the adjustments in this rematch?
You know, I think Charlo's still going to get him, but like that first fight was really good fight. I really loved that fight.
That's the one you're gonna go to, because you're always here, so you're gonna go to a fight that night, right?
Marlon's on that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
You got a fighter.
Marlon's on
That's
that
your
fight.
fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
You
might go out and
represent
support him.